Dear Diary, girl, we did it. We found an apartment, got approved, and moved in this week. And I am just so grateful to God because this entire experience feels so serendipitous and just surreal. Honestly, from how it happened. So, girl, let me tell you. So, we were exploring the city and I finally decided to stop looking in Glendale. God said, Autumn, when you dreamt of moving to Los Angeles 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, you never dreamt of moving to Glendale, California. You dreamt of Hollywood. You dreamt of the stars and the lights and the Hollywood sign. And that is the prayer that I am going to answer, baby girl. When I was sitting on the floor one day looking for apartments, God told me, Autumn, you are the one delaying yourself. I have never denied you. It is your own doubt, fear, and insecurities that is limiting you from the blessings that I have set aside for you. God said, stop looking where you're familiar and look where you are unfamiliar, because this is a new journey that I'm starting for you in new territory. This is something that you've never done before, and so you need to go to places where you have never been. Go to Hollywood. Who cares if it says $3,600 for a one-bedroom apartment? Who cares? I am God. I will provide for you. And so that's exactly what I did. I said, you know what, God, you're right. I started looking at downtown LA, the arts districts, in Hollywood. And one day, me and my boyfriend decided to go get some food after apartment shopping. And we stopped at this location that shared an address with one of the apartments that was on my list, but I had crossed out because the apartments were too expensive. And when we went into the garage, there was a sign that said, Welcome Home. And there was something about that sign that I felt in my spirit so just profoundly that this was a prophetic message for me. And I said, this was on my list and I crossed this out. But I couldn't remember why I crossed this off the list. But I had been on the website 2 to 3 times. I really liked this apartment. And sitting there from the outside while my boyfriend was at the restaurant picking up his food, I made a tour in that very moment for the next day. And when we came back, I fell in love with the place, like downright in love. I knew that we made enough to attain this apartment. I knew that we would be accepted. In my heart, I believed that it was mine. And I said, God, thank you for opening my eyes and showing me that with you, you will provide. You have given me provision. And if I really want to make my dreams come true, I will have to work towards it. Someone said that's boy math. When you get an expensive apartment so that you can work harder every day to afford that apartment, but working harder also elevates you in your career and helps you be more successful so that you can afford better and more. Well, that's kind of where I am right now. And it's crazy because this apartment isn't more expensive than my last. Honestly, I am only paying $100 more out of my portion of the rent than I was at my last place, but I'm so much more happy. Also, it was a huge blessing that rent ended up being $500 cheaper than it stated online. So sometimes you just gotta follow your gut. It's something about this space that makes me feel alive, that makes me feel like the possibilities are endless and that God has me positioned right where he wants me to be. It feels like divine alignment and God's timing, and like he wanted me here for the perfect moment such as this. I am 5 minutes from Netflix, Paramount, Sony, any type of recording and filming studio that I could even imagine to work at. I am in walking distance or a short ride away from. God has me surrounded by artists. I walk past writers, directors, singers, actors every single day, and it's so inspirational to me to be motivated by these people and by my surroundings. God knew exactly what he was doing when he put me in this environment. Because where I was in Glendale, it was peaceful and it was quiet, but it was like an escape from reality. The world felt like it stood still and nothing inspired me to move forward. But where I am now, the city hums and it feels like it's alive. And I love every single second of it. I just feel like I am at the beginning of something so big, and God just needed me to be in the right space for it. Now that I'm here, there is nothing that no one can tell me. It's time for a new autumn. It's time to write a new story. This is the beginning of something so major. This is the beginning of something so new. My entire neighborhood is so picturesque. I can see the Hollywood sign from my top deck. I couldn't have dreamed or asked for anything better, but God knew exactly what to give me when he answered all my prayers. Check this out. I looked at my vision board that I made in 2020, and I looked down at my apartment and it matched it perfectly. No, it's not a one bedroom like I had posted. It's a studio apartment, but it matches nonetheless and all the more. It's literally perfectly designed for me and my dreams and where I am now, and I'm so grateful for everything that I have. And I couldn't be more proud of myself and mine, because without each other, we probably wouldn't be here right now. Cheers, Autumn, because this is only the beginning. I'm speaking life into myself because there's so much more to accomplish and there's so much more to grow. If this diary entry reaches you, just know that blessings are always around the corner. And when things get tough, don't run, don't quit, don't be afraid. Stand in that moment and be strong. Remember that God will always answer your prayers, even if they're 6 years old. Remember to be open to all the possibilities and don't limit yourself to what you've always known. After all, flowers reach new heights every time they grow. Thank you, and let's get it, y'all. We up.